anger arising in an Om often signifies that we've probably bypassed or we disconnected from something that we didn't want to feel, or it could also happen where, for the strokey, it could be that like you wanted like you probably like wanted a slower stroke or something, and you didn't say you wanted a slower stroke. And then 2 minutes later, you start to feel angry, that is a signifier that it's like, oh, okay, like there's a slower stroke that I wanted that I didn't ask for. And so you can just go back and like ask for that slower stroke. And so now sometimes anger comes up in the Om on its own. There's like no story attached to it. So it's like, what do you do there? So one of the things that happens there is you want to just continue to keep your attention on the sensation and actually stay connected to the anger. And, it's often accompanied by an intense experience in the body, right? Like your heart beats faster, your face is flushed, your palms are sweaty, um, you know, uh, so all of that can happen. There's probably some stories spinning in your head. So what you want to do is actually just stay focused on the sensation and then just continue to ride that feeling of anger all the way out through the Om. Okay. Coming back to we have this term of like coming back to the stroke. Like when you're feel yourself checked out and going into stories and stuff, or thinking about different conversations and such, continue to just come back to the stroke. And that's one of the things that you want to do when you feel anger, the sensation of anger or the feeling of anger come up, is just come back to the stroke and then just like ride that all the way through. So both as a stroker and as a strokey, you want to just basically come back to the stroke. And one of the things that is important is also approval can help a long way with this, and so you can just say to yourself, okay, like I'm feeling angry right now, like I'm in the Om and I'm feeling angry, and then just feel that sensation. And if you're feeling the anger because as a strokey, like there was a stroke that you wanted that you're having a hard time articulating, definitely, like ask for that stroke. One of the things that anger taught me about myself is, I remember when I was going through this phase of feeling anger in my Om, I also realized that it was hard for me to stay connected to my stroker, and it was mainly because there was like a stroke that I had wanted that I didn't ask for it, and it's like I had some shame around asking for it. I feel like I shouldn't ask for it. I feel like I should be able to, just like receive what the stroker is doing and such. And so it reflected to me of all of the places in my life where when I feel uncomfortable and I don't speak up, or when I want something and I don't speak up and say I want something, right? And so I just end up bottling it down. And so then the anger comes up, much later. Or if I see somebody having what I want, then I get angry. But that's all usually because there was a desire that I had that I didn't ask for, and sometimes it's as simple as because you stroke a little to the left that I didn't ask for. And 5 minutes later, I'm like checked out and I'm feeling angry and I'm feeling frustrated. And so just have that. So just keep that in mind when you're feeling anger.